Alrighty, fellas. So we are back at it again. We're out here at the Hallmark manufacturing plant here in Ogden, Utah. I got ahead of the day. We left Moses Lake around like 1 or 2 in the morning. I think it was 1 in the morning. And we made it here barely 10 hours later. So we're just doing a quick walkthrough, making sure there's no dings, dents, or scratches on this unit. This is a 8.5 feet wide by 16 feet on length. Again, this is a brand new unit, literally out of the factory, headed to Northwest Rides in Rathdrum, Idaho. If you guys are in the market to get a unit like this built, whatever it is that you need, from restroom inside to an escape door to an AC inside, from stacker units and whatnot. If you guys need something custom tailored or built tailored to your needs, feel free to reach out to Northwest Rides out of Rathdrum, Idaho. Again, they work directly with the factory. As you can tell, these things are just bare bones, and that's kind of what you see is what you get. So again, let's get hooked on, and we'll start hitting the road. Okay, so now that we're pretty much hooked and booked and ready to rock and roll, let me get you guys up to speed. So I left in the morning. I'm a little off on my time frame. This is mountain time, where my home base is Pacific time. I left around 1 and 2 in the morning ish. Due to the ice, it took me longer. I think I'm in this drive already like 11-12 hours, give or take, mainly because you got to deal with a lot of icy road conditions up in the Oregon off the 84 entering Idaho, and even into Boise. I mean, it gets pretty rough. So you kind of have to just go, slow and steady, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, that kind of made the day. And then at around 2 o'clock mountain time, which is 1 o'clock Pacific time, I got here, and then filled it up with like $75, and that was almost empty. And then from there, obviously I checked in. As you guys saw, that's the Hallmark factory. That I don't mind filming there because I don't think they mind it, but still, I try not to put people's faces and whatnot. So anyways, what I'm trying to underline is that's the factory. So, and my case in point is that's where you can that's where all the customization as far as the spec goes with what you want. If you want a bathroom inside the trailer, or driver's side escape door, or extra height, or stacker trailer with the lift on it, or whatever, that's where it happens. Again, this is a brand new 2025. It's an 8.5 feet wide by 16 feet, with the ramp door, not the barn doors. So it's meant for auto transporting. You can throw an ATV or side-by-side or a small car in there, maybe a mid-size SUV, up in there, maybe a full-size, but more on the mid-size. Anyways, very, very light trailer. This one is the V-nose. So right now I'm probably getting about, look at that, 13 miles of the gallon, 13 and a half. So not too terrible for pulling this trailer. But yeah, this one's going up to Northwest Rides. Again, if you guys want to check them out, check out their online inventory at 208rides.com. Again, 208rides.com. You can always call them up at 208-500-8700. Financing's available. Hit up Paul or Julia. They're more than willing to help you guys out. So anyways, let's keep hitting the road, and I'll check in with you guys once I'm pretty much close to home or parked for the night. All right, boys, so I kind of got ahead of the day, so let me give you guys a recap. So we picked up on a Monday, we dropped off on a Tuesday, and we also ended up picking this unit up. Now, the reason why I'm not showcasing the drop off and the transaction of dropping it off and picking this one up, it's everybody, everybody's kind of in the rush, and then the weather wasn't really all that ideal. It's kind of windy, so you wouldn't really hear me because I don't have a wireless mic, which I probably should consider getting it. But anyways, This came out of Northwest Ride. So we dropped off the brand new 2025 Hallmark Transport Series trailer, and we ended up picking this 2023 Keystone Cougar. And this one's actually coming out of Northwest Ride, and it's going over to I can't remember it's out by Eugene, Oregon. I can't remember the town, but it's a small town, but it's out in the Eugene, Oregon area. And that's kind of what's been on the list, on the works. So customer ended up purchasing it. I'm delivering it. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning on a Wednesday, and we're getting ready to head out. So right now I'm just doing my pre-trip, making sure everything's checking out, and letting the truck warm up, check my fluids and everything. And yeah, so anyways, I won't take too much of you guys' time. I just wanted to check in with you guys and give you guys a quick update. Everything's just happening so fast, and the weather, like I said, the wind it's calmed down now, but we had a storm warning or high wind advisory out here in the Pacific Northwest. So yesterday was giving me a good amount of tug. I was doing about 50 miles an hour, so I was not in a position to film. So anyways, let's get back on the road, and I'll give you guys a quick update once I'm pretty much close to the customer. And yeah, we'll see where things go from there. Oh, and also after this load we're going back to Ogden, Utah to pick up another new unit. So we're pretty much trying to stay busy and stay loaded, you know, one way or the other. But there is going to be some deadheading, probably a good 10-12 hours of deadhead, unfortunately, but not to worry. That's where my truck gets really good fuel mileage. And you know, in this business, it's not always about how much you make, it's about how much you can save. So anyways, let's get back on the road. Boys, so I got a little update for you. Everything's going good, as it should, and I wanted to run some numbers, or at least the MPG while it's still kind of an active thing. So as of right now, being that it's a 35-foot fifth wheel trailer and it sits about 12, I'd say about 12 and a half feet tall on clearance, this thing probably weighs a good, I'd say 11 to 12,000 pounds. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, but I'm just gonna, you know, guess, give or take. 11 to 12,000 pounds on this truck. Barely, some hills, not really, flat ground most of the part. We're pushing about 11, maybe 10 and a half miles of the gallon on the low end, maybe 12 at the high end. I did start the day off at 13, so I did okay up until I started getting to the hills off the 84 there in the Oregon side. Not much hills, but getting closer to the Portland side. We started kind of going down on MPG and then traffic and all that stuff. So it's 10 and a half right now, but that's because I haven't had a chance to completely, you know, set the cruise control or whatever and keep it rolling on a flat, you know, steady pace. So I would say it's 11 and a half just to play it safe. But anyways, we topped off. We're about an hour away from the customer. We already called them up. We let them know that we're pretty much coming. Unfortunately, you guys won't get to see the part where I basically released this trailer to the customer, because we are meeting up off the freeway, because apparently his driveway is I wouldn't say private, but it's definitely it's gated for sure, but something about the way it goes in, it's not going to be a normal driveway to go in through. So anyways, I figured, well, you know, he's a customer. If that's what he wants to do, then we'll do it. So we're going to meet up on the side of the freeway, and then I'm going to unhook my truck off this trailer, take some pictures, have him sign paperwork, and then after that, he's going to hook on, and away we go. Now that I'm fueled up, you know, I figured I was already at the truck stop, I might as well get some snacks. So I got P3, whatever. This stuff, however, Black Rifle, man, this is the stuff that just gets you going. And of course, we got water. But Black Rifle's my go-to source right now. I used to live off of, you know, on the road at least. I was doing Starbucks double shots. Well, that is kind of equivalent, if not maybe a little bit more, but golly, that stuff is strong. If you guys are on the road and you're dragging your tail a little bit, look into they have them right there at the Love's truck stops, but Black Rifle, it's, man, that stuff, I'm telling you, it'll get you going quick. I'm pretty selective as to when I take it, because I know if I take it too soon or too late, you know, it kind of bites me in the rear end. So anyways, after this load, we're gonna head out to, we're gonna deadhead, better yet, right, to Ogden, Utah, which is another, I don't know, 400 miles or something like that, 500 miles. I really don't know, but it's hours wise, it's probably like a good 10 to 14 hours depending on the weather. I know deadhead sucks, but I did look for something on the load board. Maybe I can find something to kind of fill in the gap, but because I'm going to be running through I-80 on the Nevada side, it just makes more sense to just leave it alone. And if there was any, then, you know, I'd probably more than likely I would have taken it up, you know, even if it was out in Reno and headed over to Salt Lake, more than likely I would have been out there. But that's just not going to happen. So, you know, on the bright side of things, going from 11 miles to the gallon to, you know, being loaded and going over to empty to 18 miles of the gallon as deadhead, I'm okay with that. You know, I've been staying busy enough to where I really can't complain, and I'm not really digging for that much more, you know, loads or whatever. So anyways, that's just a quick update. So after this load, on to the next one, and yeah, that's pretty much that's the halftime for the week, I guess. And then hopefully by the end of the week, something pops up, and we can probably start getting out a little bit more out of our comfort zone, maybe more into like Arizona or Texas or something. We'll see what we end up figuring out. But anyways, let's keep hitting the road, and I'll check in with you guys once this thing's already dropped off. And just like that, we are unhooked, and we got the customer right here. Again, it's a 2023 Keystone Cougar coming out of Northwest Rides out of Rathdrum, Idaho, and it got delivered out here in Myrtle Creek, Oregon. And I can understand now why he was saying to just drop it off here. I'm assuming because his driveway is probably like the driveways that you see up in the Lake Wenatchee area up in Washington. So anyways, we're dropping this off, and then from here we're gonna head out towards Ogden, Utah, and pick up another brand new unit. So stick around, and I'll check in with you guys once we're on the road. All right, well, we dropped off the fifth wheel. That was on a Wednesday afternoon, and we are currently on a Thursday. So just to give you guys a quick rundown, Wednesday afternoon I got my 10-hour reset. So by Thursday morning I had my 10-hour reset completed. We left Medford, Oregon, and we drove all the way up here to Ogden, Utah. Got the 10-hour reset. We're creeping in a Friday morning. Hopefully this thing's turned in by Friday afternoon, if all checks out. Don't know if I'm gonna be going through Montana or if I'll be going back in through 84 off of Boise. I gotta check the weather on that, because 84 also gets pretty bad when it comes down to the icy conditions. I haven't heard anything, but that don't mean nothing, I guess. But check this one out. It's 8.5 feet wide by 20 foot Hallmark Transport 2025, brand new. This one's I want to say this is for auto. It's got the transitional flap. I won't show you guys because it's too dark, but you'll bring down the door, and then it's got a little flap. They call them transitional flaps, but no escape door on this one, although the color is like a champagne color. It's a really nice color. Black wheels, the steel wheels. I'll show you guys real quick. You got the white exterior walls, you got some lights, you got the vent on the top. You guys won't be able to see it, but I don't know what this material is called. It is not TSB or whatever they call it. It's not that. I don't remember the name right off the top of my head, but I know it's like extremely water resistant. This is one of those things that works really well. It's got a lot of good feedback. Again, I don't know what it's called, but it's not TSB wood or whatever. Again, this thing's gonna be up for grabs here pretty soon. It's 8.5 feet wide by 20. If you guys are in the market for a trailer to haul a car, I would say, it's safe to say you would be able to fit a Chevy Tahoe in there. Height wise, probably not a super tall one, but something a stock height, I can see it. A Suburban, you're pushing your luck on it, but I think you might. But I say you're pushing your luck. I would just bank on a short wheelbase Chevy Tahoe, or you know, an Escalade or whatever. You do got the rear wing spoiler, so this one's, I like this one. The color on it is called Champagne. As I said, if you guys have questions about it, feel free to reach out to Northwest Rides at 208-500-8700. You can check out their online inventory at 208rides.com. Again, 208rides.com. So anyways, let me fuel up real quick. I'm gonna warm up the truck all the way, and we'll start hitting the road. And we are officially here. A couple hours later, we're here outside of Northwest Rides, here to drop off this unit. Brand new 2025 Hallmark Transport, 8.5 feet wide by 20 feet long. It is a transport series, so you can throw a vehicle in there. It has got the extra height in there. Again, if you guys have any questions about this unit, feel free to reach out to them at 208-500-8700, or you can hit up their online inventory at 208rides.com. So that pretty much wraps up the video, guys. I'm trying to get it dialed into where I can record multiple trips in one video instead of one trip per video. However, I'll be open-minded to listen to you guys down in the comments. If you guys enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. I will catch you on the next one.